They say the desert keeps its secrets buried deep beneath the shifting sands, but some secrets refuse to stay buried. They whisper on the wind, stories of a forgotten time, a forgotten tribe, and a ritual that went terribly wrong. Let's travel back, not in a time machine, but through the echoes of legends, to a place where the moon didn't just shine silver, but bled a haunting crimson. In the heart of a vast, unforgiving desert, there lived a tribe whose name is now lost to time. They weren't just survivors. They were masters of the arid lands, deeply connected to the celestial bodies above. Their lives were governed by the sun's scorching rain and the moon's cool, watchful eye. But once every generation, a rare celestial event would occur. The moon, full and bright, would blush a deep, ominous red, a phenomenon they called the crimson moon. For this tribe, the crimson moon wasn't just a beautiful sight, it was a sacred, powerful event. It was a time of renewal, a chance to connect with the primal energies of the earth and the cosmos. They believed that during this time, the veil between worlds thinned, allowing them to perform a special rite, the ritual of the unbroken circle. This wasn't a ritual of fear, but of unity and strength. The entire tribe, from the youngest child to the eldest elder, would gather in a perfect circle under the blood-red lunar glow. Holding hands, they would chant ancient words, their voices rising as one, weaving a tapestry of energy. The goal was to create an unbroken loop of life force, a spiritual fortress that would protect the tribe, ensure bountiful rains, and grant them vitality for the next generation. The circle symbolized their community, their shared spirit, and their collective future. To break the circle before the ritual was complete, before the crimson moon began to wane, was the ultimate taboo. It was said that doing so would not just disrupt the ritual, but shatter the very soul of the tribe. Imagine the scene: the desert, eerily silent except for the rhythmic chanting. The air, thick with the scent of sacred herbs and the electric charge of anticipation. The moon hangs overhead, a giant bleeding eye in the inky sky, casting long, dancing shadows. Everyone is linked, hand in hand, their hearts beating in unison. The power builds, a palpable hum that resonates in your chest. This was a moment of profound connection, a testament to their faith in each other and the cosmos. But tradition, no matter how sacred, is always vulnerable to human nature. And on one fateful night, human nature faltered. The ritual was at its peak. The chanting had reached a fever pitch, the energy in the circle crackling like a storm. Among the participants were two young lovers, Kale and Lyra. Their love was a fierce, passionate thing, a fire that burned as brightly as the desert sun. But Kale was ambitious and impatient. He felt the immense power coursing through the circle and believed he could harness a fraction of it for himself to prove his strength and worthiness to Lyra's family. He thought he could just step out for a moment, draw the power, and rejoin without anyone noticing. Lyra, sensing his intent, pleaded with him through her eyes. She gripped his hand tighter, a silent appeal to stay, to honor the tradition. But Kale's pride was a powerful current, pulling him away from the shore of reason. Convinced of his own strength, he made a fatal miscalculation. Just as the moon reached its deepest crimson zenith, Kale broke the chain. He let go of Lyra's hand. The effect was instantaneous and catastrophic. The harmonious hum of energy shattered into a deafening shriek. The sacred circle, now broken, became a conduit for a raw, untamed force it could no longer contain. A wave of chaotic energy erupted from the center, throwing the tribespeople back. The protective ward collapsed, and something else, something ancient and hungry that had been waiting beyond the veil, was let in. The crimson moonlight seemed to curdle, twisting and pouring into the broken link where Kale had stood. The tribe's shared life force, instead of being renewed, was violently siphoned away. A chilling wail echoed across the dunes as the people in the circle began to change. Their skin grew pale and tight, their eyes glowing with a faint, hungry red light mirroring the moon above. The ritual of renewal had been twisted into a curse of endless, agonizing thirst. Kale and Lyra, at the epicenter of the break, suffered the worst fate. They weren't just changed. They were remade. The energy that flooded them was potent, transforming them into the first of the Wanderers. They became something more and something less than human. The ritual was meant to be completed, to come full circle. Now, their very existence is an eternal, desperate quest to finish what they started. And so, the legend was born. The legend of the Crimson Wanderers. They say that the members of that lost tribe still walk the desert at night. They are no longer the people they were. They are echoes, driven by a singular, agonizing need. They are not mindless beasts, but tragic figures, forever trapped in the twilight of that failed ritual. Their minds hold fractured memories of who they once were, of family, of love, of a community they inadvertently destroyed. These wanderers are drawn to the life force of others. They don't seek to harm out of malice, but out of a desperate, instinctual need to complete the rite. They believe that by drawing fresh life energy, fresh blood from the living, they can finally close the broken circle. Each drop of blood they take is a desperate attempt to patch the tear in their collective soul, to restore the balance they shattered. They are searching for that missing piece of the puzzle, the energy that was lost the moment Kale let go of Lyra's hand. Modern-day travelers and nomads who venture deep into those remote deserts sometimes share chilling stories. Tales of seeing solitary figures silhouetted against the dunes under the moonlight, their eyes glowing with a faint crimson hue. They speak of a sudden, inexplicable feeling of weakness, a draining of their vitality, as if something unseen were drinking their very essence from the air. Some report waking up with a small, strange mark on their skin and a feeling of profound exhaustion, with no memory of how it got there. These aren't tales of monsters, they are tales of tragedy. The Crimson Wanderers are a reminder that some traditions exist for a reason, that the bonds of community are fragile, and that the consequences of breaking them can echo for eternity. They are forever seeking what they lost: the warmth of life, the feeling of wholeness, the completion of a circle that was broken by one moment of pride. So, if you ever find yourself in the vast, lonely expanse of the desert at night, and you see the moon begin to turn a shade of rust, remember the story. Remember the tribe that became one with the curse of the Crimson Moon. They aren't looking for a victim. They are looking for a way home, a way to complete a ritual that has kept them wandering for centuries, forever chasing a drop of life to mend a broken soul. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of the desert's deepest legend. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.